Guys, welcome back. I'm here with an 8th place finish at the Newcastle Regionals with Adam Sirrell. He is playing Floowanderze, or he did play Floowanderze. He got 5-1-1, 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss here at the regional. How do you feel?
This is my first cup in a few years, if I'm honest.
All right, and you happy with it?
Very happy.
Yeah, good man. And how many cards do you main?
It's a 40 card deck.
40 card. Okay, sweet. Oh, any shout outs?
Shout out to Beanie Games. Shout out to the Beanie lot. Shout out to Finley. Shout out to Carltron. Carltron and the Primal Being. And also a big shout out to Big Steve.
All right, Big Steve gets
Big
a big
Steve
shout
at
out.
Beanie Games, really good guy. Beanie Games is probably one of the best locals in the Northeast as well.
Is Steve? Is he T.O.? Yeah. Lovely guy. I completely agree. Sounds like you've been prepping these shout outs for a few years.
Well, every time I bottle it, so.
No, you're doing good, man. Good job today. Okay, let's get to see the profiles for Floowanderze.
All right then. So standard stuff. So we're playing the 3 Robiner. And 3 Eaglin. They're the ones you really want to see. Mostly this one, but this one isn't too bad depending on what you get. Because you've got potential. Because if you have something like the spell card, the quick player, you can just quickly banish it.
Yeah.
So then that also just starts off your chain blocks. But I'll get that.
Yeah, these are the best 6 for sure.
And then you've got the one-ofs. You've got Toucan, and then you've got Stray. Stray, I was a bit confused, a bit worried about because as much as I want to see a bird in hand, sometimes I'm not going to have a card to banish to do it. So it was either 2 of that or another card. So I decided to just go into the 1 Stray and 1 Toucan. Toucan's great as well because again, if you've got the quick play and you've got something like a Floowanderze card you can actually banish.
Of course.
You can just get it back, and also that dodges Ash as well.
Yep. Would you change these? Would you just stick to 1-1 and 3 and 3?
100%. This is the best way to play it.
Cool.
Pretty standard though. Then for the last 2 little fellas, you've got DD Crow. Insane. I didn't know this would come up as much, but it did. It was insane. My last round was Sword Soul, so I managed to bait out a Callby with it. I also managed to bait out. I managed to get rid of a few stuff from the the graveyard as well. For example, the ABC bit. I played against one ABC Therian, so I nearly crowed all his pieces, so he couldn't make a Dragon Buster.
Nice. Get Crow came in clutch. Yeah.
And then the honorary one, Barriers, Stormwinds.
Yeah, these cards should not be made like this.
No, it's your win button sort of the deck. If you establish that with Empin, and also have the trap on board, 9 times out of 10 you are going to win this. Because most games with this deck don't really last up until game 3.
Cool.
And then you've got your big boys. You've got 2 Empin. This one is quick PSA. Please read Empin. My last opponent did not read Empin, and because of that, he lost. Because basically, when it's the other effect. Because it's tribute someone on the field. Special summon monsters in attack mode can't activate their effects. So this guy made Shaman, the 10E Shaman, and then he tried to use the effect, and I had to point to Empin. He's like, I can't use this. And also, he's a big beefy boy as well, so what happens is when he attacks, when it gets attacked, you can badge your card in your hand and half the attack monster's attack. So usually if they want to get by it, they've got to have something pretty big to get over it.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And then you've got the last 2 tributes I use is Riser and Apex Avion.
Yeah, of course, pretty standard.
So Rise is insane. Basically, you can just get into some sort of loop with it. So you could have if you got the trap card, you could just do it on your opponent's turn, and then summon Riser on the opponent's turn, bounce their stuff back if you've established map and Empin. And then you put that back in their hand, so that resets them. So then that card that they've had to have is on top of the deck, or you can put anything back in your deck. The best thing that I've managed to put back in my graveyard from that is D-Shifter, so I can just continuously use it.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing to do.
It's really good. So these are the actual
looks pretty standard.
Pretty standard. I will say, I was tempted to play 1 Empin and 2 Riser, just so I can keep the loop going, but 2 Empin was the main MVP. And the hand drops I played was 3 Ashes. Really glad I got these because they're so good. just says no to branded. It usually ends the turns, but on the off chances that they do have something else, it's like I say, Ash is Ash, and then like the best hand trap in the deck, Dimension Shifter.
Nice.
It just says no to your opponent and is a nightmare for everyone. And for some strange reason, I keep on opening it. Sometimes, sometimes even two. I don't know why. It happens. It's really good against the Sword matchups. It's literally like it ends their turn. Theory and ABC is an interesting one because they have to play around this or try and call by it, which someone managed to do.
Yeah.
But
Nice.
it's like seriously, it's insane. It's too
broken.
It's
It's
too
absolutely broken.
This is the only deck that can use it without even hurting it as well.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
That's why the deck's so good. It literally should be a Floowanderze card.
Floowanderze and Dimension Shifter, yeah. All right then.
Cool.
And to spells, we've got 3 of the map, and then 3 of Advent of Adventure. This card is insane because back when the card came out in Battle of Chaos, once that card came out, the deck had more playability for it.
Yeah.
Because usually what people do was play a free Book of Moon, just chain block.
Yep.
But with this thing, you can go have say you had a bird banished and then you normal someone, so you go chain 1, then chain 2, and then they'd have like a Veiler or Impervish. You then go this. So not only do you get that effect to go off, this goes off to get you a spell like the Floowanderze Field spell.
It dodges Veiler.
And then you just gain 500. I don't know why it does that. It just does.
Did you win any games in time with this?
No, I didn't.
Alright, cool.
It never really came up when it
cool.
came
I was
up
good,
with
yeah,
time.
yeah.
No. So I'm not that type of person.
No, bro. I just,
And then the last Floowanderze spell card I play is Unexplored Winds. This one is okay. Most times I did side out of it, but it does come up sometimes here and there. Against DDD, it came up well because they had like some sort of like snatch shield trap card, and they had the XEs on board. So what I did was I tributed my Eaglin and then tributed this back row card to get Emperor out. And it's not once per turn either. So you could just keep on using their stuff. The only bad thing about this, you can't use Rise's third effect, where that lets you like go put another one to the top of the hand. But other than that, I always usually used it when I had like an Eaglin hand and an Emperor established. So I just keep on tributing.
Yeah.
And also it's other effect where if I've got like multiples of a bird that I don't need, I can just put it to the bottom of the deck and then draw. Like,
of course,
So it's a nice little mulligan.
Yeah.
Now for the draw power, we got 3 Prosperity and 3 Duality.
Yeah, these cards are great.
They're insane. Part of me wanted to also play 2 extras, but
Colin did yesterday. He came in.
Honestly, it didn't really come up most of the time because I felt like I had enough consistency cards
I get you.
balanced with my starters.
Yeah.
So pretty much all I could do is if I saw one of these or 2 of these, guaranteed I could get the parts I needed.
You're going
to
off,
keep on.
It allows you to see so many cards.
Instantly, the minute I see this card and my hand's a bit naff, I'm like, oh no, I've got duality. That can be any card I need now.
Cool.
And then the last spells I play is Double Book of Moon. This card is still really good in the deck.
Yep.
I'm playing 2 because it's like I don't want to see it all the time, but when I do see it, it's just like, ooh, this is
Cool.
Yeah,
I get you.
So like you could like Book of Moon something like a Cheeksow or the XC's DDD, or even just bait out in the gate, which is even good.
Yeah, it's multi-purpose, so it's good for you.
It turns off a negate. It also turns off any potential problems like boss monsters, omni negates, that stuff. And then the last card called by.
Yeah. Nice.
I feel like I'm going to cut this though because usually when I do have call by, I've got D-shifted in play. So basically what happens is even if they do have something, I can't call by because everything's going to get banished.
Okay.
But it is not terrible, but
Sure.
I may replace this with I may replace these potentially with extras in the future though.
Okay, cool. And then the traps?
And then I only play 4 traps, but the one Floowanderze trap, this card.
Yep.
It is Book of Moon meets Double Summon.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
So once you've established your map and your Boom Barrier statue, and then if you also happen to have the map field spell, this basically just funnels down your opponent into normal summons.
Yeah.
So not only will you get the normal summon off map, you'll also get the normal summon off this. And then when you tribute summon as well, you can banish it from your graveyard to set everything to control face down.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So then they won't be able to attack over your barrier statue. And then lastly, 3 Imperm. This was originally going to be 3 Regeki, but I'm glad I changed that because Imperm saved me so many times, especially against Aluba, especially against
the whole format, basically.
yeah, essentially,
it's
like
solid,
Moyi as well. I try to use Moyi, use the other one, so it just makes people get into awkward situations as well.
I get you. So 40 card main deck?
40 card main deck,
Sweet.
yeah.
Alright, and that's the extra deck.
Yeah, the extra deck, I only ever went into this once. You do not play the extra deck in this deck, only if it's absolutely desperate.
Yeah, so if you just want to quickly find out the extra then.
Yeah,
if
yeah,
it's
so-
not really...
So yeah, this is the only thing that you probably would go into, because Zombie World's a card.
Okay, so this is your out zombie world, yeah?
Yeah, like this thing's a nice little bounce here and there, but I've never played it. But this essentially is what you play, because if they establish Zombie Worlds and you've got like the trap card, you just go use the trap card, play all the normal summon birds, and then when they end turn, you then just go into this, attack directly multiple times, then go on the down, and then go on the Zeus, reset their board,
Yep.
and then hopefully they don't have anything after that.
Alright, and then the rest of the extra deck?
And the extra deck is just pretty stuff that look pretty. If I'm brutally honest, you got Access Code, Mecha Bear, Earth Charmers, Barons, Animas, Little Charmers, this, a little thing from Carl, Appaloosa, Nightmare Unicorn, and Shirig. I mean, I can probably see some use for this, but it was just generic stuff that just to fill up the extra to play like Prosperity.
Alright, did you play cherries?
I originally did, but
okay.
unfortunately now with like DPE and Verte, like officially not in like the format as much, I didn't see any use for it. So
So, yeah, I get you. So, guys, if you are going to include Pop Extravagance in the main deck, just max out on Zeus's, max out on this, max out on Downwards, max out on this then, just so you're more likely to resolve this.
essentially just like play those and then
And Phoenix as well.
in a Phoenix just to out your removal.
Alright.
Side deck, this one was a bit finicky, but
see it.
Dark Ruler no more.
Yeah, card's great.
Self-explanatory. It just turns off your opponents, and then because this deck does struggle with breaking board, so you've got to nail that down, stop their effects, and then potentially just go on from that.
Alright.
Then you've got this card that should be banned. If like it's so dumb.
It really is good.
So it's like all you have to do is just establish like a wind wing beast on the field, and there you go. It just your opponent can activate effects, and that's it.
It's crazy.
Even if I knew I bricked, if I was normal summon, I bricked pretty bad, which was pretty rare. And what I did was just normal summon Egon, and then I get my search, and then I'd pass, and then when they try activate effect, I would then activate that, and then that would more than likely just get them in a situation where I can still potentially do better in the next draw.
Yeah, you turn them off for that turn, and then you go off the following turn, Easy.
Another one that was really helpful was Dimensional Barrier.
Of course, yeah.
With it being mostly like Sword Soul and Despia I was expecting, I only saw 2 Despia, 1 Sword Soul, so it didn't come up as much as I thought.
Yep.
But when it did, it really did impact the game as much, especially with DDD, because how he managed to get around some of the stuff was by playing Zeus. So I ended up just doing, because obviously with DDD, the different things are like Pendulum, Fusion, XEs, Synchro. So when I figured that he was trying to go into an XEs, I'd go into this, and then if I had these two at the same time, that would be like, I play like, oh, if he can try and make an XEs, make this just to be safe. And then, do Harvey's Featherstone so we can use an FX either.
Okay.
So then you got Removal, which was 3 Twin Twisters and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. Zombie World's a thing.
Yep.
It's annoying.
Yep.
Twin Twister is the main MVP because I've only had 2 people use Zombie World against us, and both those times I managed to get rid of it with Twin Twisters. Because everyone's shoving Prime Banshee and Zombie World in the decks now just to deal with us. And it's pretty scary, so even if you don't think you're going to need removal, I'd say side removal, because if they can find a way to play Prime Banshee and Zombie World, they're going to find a way.
I agree.
Because no one likes us playing this deck.
Sure. Oh.
Everyone hates Flunder.
Everyone hates me as well.
Okay. Oh, and don't forget, you can these two work together. So if they destroy this,
Exactly,
you can add
yeah.
from your grave or deck by this effect.
It's never came up for us all. That's a weird thing.
It might do. You know, if they run a Twin Twister to your back row in like a field spell, you can just chain this. This resolves, and then a resolution gets destroyed. Then this will trigger in the grave. Then you
Yeah.
can add this from your deck or grave.
And then the last two cards, double Mystic Mine.
All right, to miss mine. Okay. Great card, right? Are you happy it's in the game?
No, it should
No?
go. If I'm
Yeah?
brutally honest, it really should go.
All of us play it, they'll get rid of it faster.
Exactly. But
That's-
it did.
That's actually true.
It did.
Logic is true, yeah.
It did help out here and
Yeah.
there. Like it bait out the gate. It also turns off the opponent for a bit, so I can just like essentially try and draw out some outs.
I get you. Would you play free?
No,
All right.
cause mainly two just fine as it is. I'd probably replace the unexplored winds with a terraforming though, just so I can guarantee my map and also or potentially Mystic Mine.
Nice. I like that. All right, Adam. Thank you for that profile. Congrats again on coming 8th at the regionals. Your first top in a few years. All right, and yeah, take care.
Thank you.